Gematria. What is gematria? Gematria is an alphanumeric code of assigning a numerical value to a name, word, or phrase based on its letters. A single word can yield multiple values depending on the cipher used. If you speak to someone who studies numerology, they will tell you that there is an uncanny relationship between numbers and words. They'll tell you that the letters and words all have a numerical value and weight that is implicit of deeper meaning, connecting other words of similar weight. In fact, this concept has been given merit and studied in relation to biblical texts for hundreds of years. Kabbalist Jewish scholars call this study gematria and believe that there is a hidden code in the Torah that contains clues to current and future events. The concept of gematria, numerology, stems from the idea that mathematics is the universal language of nature, and within it may be the keys to explaining our universe or evidence of supernatural power. So at some point in your life, you probably questioned, what is the meaning of life? Why are we here? Where do we go when we die? We don't know the answer to those questions, and I think that's pretty beautiful. I like not knowing. But gematria, honestly, it can help you predict future events. It can help you decode why certain events happened in the past and who was responsible for those events. So I'm going to put together a video now to show you how to use gematria and the gematrinator, which is the gematria calculator, how certain numbers are really important and how they're connected. I'm going to go through the 4 main ciphers, and I'm going to start that now. So there are 4 main ciphers: the English ordinal, the full reduction, the reverse ordinal, and the reverse full reduction. English ordinal. So here you will see a simple English gematria chart. So in the English alphabet, there's 26 letters. A is the first letter of the alphabet, so it equals 1, B2, C3, and we go all the way up until Z, which equals 26, because it's the 26th and final letter of the English alphabet. For example, the word Adam using English ordinal equals 19. A is the first letter, D is the 4th, A is the 1st, M is the 13th. Adam equals 19. Then you have the full reduction cipher, which is slightly more complicated. It goes from A to Z. However, from A to I is 1 to 9. Notice it's A to I, like artificial intelligence, AI. But when it gets to J, which is the 10th letter of the alphabet, you're not allowed double digits in full reduction. So 10, you do 1 plus 0 gets you 1. K is the 11th letter of the alphabet, but it equals 2 in full reduction because 1 plus 1 equals 2. By the way, 11, 22, and 33 are master numbers. They're incredibly important. So from J to R is 1 to 9, and then from S to Z is 1 to 8. The reason it ends in an 8 is because there's 26 letters in the alphabet and not 27, so you can't go 9, 9, 9. For example, the word Adam equals 14 using this cipher. A equals 1, D equals 4, A equals 1, the same as English ordinal. However, M equals 4 because M is the 13th letter of the alphabet and you can't have double digits in full reduction. So 1 plus 3 equals 4. Interestingly, I was born on the 14th of April and Adam equals 14. Look, 14, 14. I was born on the 14th of April, and that can be written 144, and Jesuit order equals 144. I am not a member of the Jesuit order, I promise. I may have knowledge of gematria, but I am not a member of the Jesuit order. Then you have the 3rd cipher, which is the reverse ordinal. That is basically the alphabet in reverse. So now A equals 26 instead of 1, and Z equals 1 instead of 26. So it's the alphabet in reverse. So what you'll see now is the word Adam as a higher value. It equals 89 because A has the highest value now with 26. If you do 26 plus 23 plus 26 plus 14, it gets you 89. Then you have the reverse full reduction. Okay, this is basically the alphabet in reverse. So Z equals 1 now instead of 8, and A equals 8 instead of 1. It's the full reduction in reverse. For example, the word Adam now equals 26. A equals 8, D equals 5, A equals 8, and then M equals 5. So we've got the 4 main ciphers there. By the way, there's multiple other ciphers, but these are the 4 main ones. These are the 4 ciphers that I use to decode scripted sports, scripted elections, decode why certain celebrities die on certain dates, maybe even predict when they're going to die. So notice how I have 4 different number values. I have 19, 14, 89, and 26. People tell me, Adam, you can type whatever you want and you'll get the number that you want. It doesn't work like that. If I wanted Adam to equal 33 in those 4 ciphers, it's impossible. So I cannot just type in whatever I want to get whatever number I want. I want to discuss the number 56 because I discuss it in every video, and many people have told me, Adam, your content's extremely interesting. I find it enjoyable, but when you start talking about 56 and 201, I get lost. I don't know what you're talking about. Well, notice how if you do 5 plus 6, it equals 11, and 11 is a master number. I'm sure that has a lot to do with it, because also 65 is a big number for the Jesuit order. I'll discuss that a little bit later. So we're currently in 2020, and 2020 equals 56 in reverse full reduction. This is the year in which I think they planned this pandemic. They planned Black Lives Matter decades in advance. Coronavirus equals 56 in full reduction. Not a coincidence why it's called the coronavirus. Cashless society equals 56 in full reduction. That is what they want. They're already telling us that money has too many germs on it. What is that all about? The reason they want a cashless society is because they want everything digital. Everything digital. They want us to live in a virtual reality. Okay, you'll probably see that if you have children, all they want to do is play on their Xbox or PlayStation 5. They don't want to be around reality. They want it to all be virtual. So again, education's become virtual this year. That's intentional why they closed down the schools. They want everything virtual. But another reason why they want cashless society is because they'll be able to basically track what you buy, where you're buying it from, how much you're spending, how much you're getting paid, everything. With cash, like if I go, for example, now and I go buy something from Walmart, the site of Jesus, the Jesuits, they don't know what I'm buying. They don't know what Adam's buying. So, but they do when I pay with a credit card or a debit card. Soon enough, we will have a chip inside of us. I'm telling you, whatever you want to say. Oh yeah, sure we will. But look in China with the social credit system. I have a friend who lives in China and he says they actually pay with their wrist. They scan their wrist and money comes out of their digital account. So anyway, Anthony Fauci equals 56 is the coronavirus advisor for the United States. He's also the coronavirus advisor for the White House, which is in Washington, D.C. Anthony Fauci and Washington, D.C. have the same 4 ciphers, which is so hard to do. Again, I'm going to put the gematrinator link in the description. You can type in whatever you want and you'll see that it's not easy to get connections. Type in your name, type in your friend's name, type in the country you're from, your favorite football team, type in your favorite movie, whatever you want. You'll see how they all have different number values. I've done it a few times. Zuckerberg and Rothschild have the same 4 ciphers. I believe Zuckerberg is a Rothschild. I don't believe he did come up with Facebook. I think it's owned by the Jesuit order. Anything at the top that becomes a success, really like high level, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, they're all owned basically by Jews. And if you look into it, I'm not lying. But it's the Jesuit order that owns it. They're just the faces. Just like Bill Gates, he didn't come up with Microsoft. He stole the idea, and then the Jesuit order basically profited from it. It wasn't Bill Gates. Okay, Mr. Philanthropist. The nice, intelligent guy. He didn't even graduate from college. And then Black Lives Matter equals 56. Full reduction. Black Lives Matter, BLM, was basically set up by the Jesuit order to create chaos, to create confusion, friction, violence, distraction. What they do, they excel in it. And we need to see through what they're doing so they don't get away with it as much. That almost started a civil war, by the way. There was explosions on the street, people getting hit, tear gassed, shot. You got Mr. Umbrella Man smashing glass. The police are just watching him do it because those police are crisis actors. A lot of the stuff you see on CNN, Fox News, BBC, etc., is basically nothing more than a movie scene that they're portraying to be real. And it's not. Why are the police watching this guy smash windows with an umbrella and letting him do it? You know what I mean? See through it. See through the illusion. Society of Jesus equals 56 in full reduction. They're the people behind all of this. Okay? Jesuit order, Society of Jesus, whatever you want to call them, same thing. By the way, Adolf Hitler equals 56, and he died at the age of 56. You start learning these numbers, you see it, and you're like, it's just not a coincidence anymore. Mind control equals 56, and to be honest with you, all of us are under mind control, some more than others. It's just unfortunate reality. From a young age, we get put under mind control. We get told to believe certain things. By the way, the word believe, the middle three letters spell the word lie. We get told to believe everything and use our imagination and not to question things. And they control our mind through media manipulation. It's everywhere. The TV, the radio, you got the cinema when you pick up a magazine, when you're on social media, it's everywhere. I'd love a world without it, to be honest. But we've become so dependent on it. Just ask yourself this question now. Could you go through a week without the internet, without television, without a book, without newspapers? Do you think you could do that? I don't think many people could anymore. We've become so reliant on it. For example, as a teacher, now it's all online. If they cut off the internet and then the government tell us, well, we're not allowed to go back to school, then what does a teacher do? They've lost their job. A lot of people are so scared of losing their job, so they don't want to believe half of the stuff that I'm saying. But again, there needs to be a revolution, a genuine one, where it's us, the people, the genuine, hardworking, loyal, caring, loving people, which is 95% of the world, against this Jesuit order that control us and have been controlling us for centuries. And if you were one of those people that watched the news and you saw that all the stores were running out of toilet paper and you rushed to Costco or Walmart or Asda or Morrison's or Target, whatever it may be, and you went and bought a load of toilet paper because you was panicking, well, toilet paper equals 56 in full reduction, and that was just mocking us. That was just mocking us. During a time of panic is when you see who's truly selfish. You really do. Let's look at some 56-year-olds, okay? Boris Johnson, UK Prime Minister, 56 years old. He put the UK in full lockdown on November the 5th, leaving 56 days left in the year. Kamala Harris, who's going to replace Biden because he's not going to make it 4 years. She's 56 years old. She was the one who got vaccinated yesterday on live TV. Melinda Gates, the wife of Bill Gates, 56 years old. I truly believe Melinda Gates is a man. Again, I've said it before. Just Google her image. That is not a woman. Jeff Bezos, supposedly the founder of Amazon. Amazon is owned by the Jesuit order, as is Walmart, as is Costco, as is Home Depot. Notice how all those stores stayed open when all the smaller stores had to shut down. So the government said they had to shut down, but the big stores could stay open. And people said, well, I'm so happy Walmart stayed open. How would we get food otherwise? Again, they're just sick human beings. They really are. I went to Home Depot and you're not allowed to go in with more than one person. But if I go in and then somebody like my wife or friend goes in 2 minutes after me individually, it's fine, but we can't walk in together. I go into a restaurant, I have to wear a mask as soon as I enter it, I can take it off. I can go to the beach, but after 6 o'clock they close it because the coronavirus comes out after 6 o'clock. They love the number 6. 6 foot social distancing. These are Luciferians, a lot of the people at the top. They don't believe in Jesus. They believe in Lucifer. Lucifer is their god. Michelle Obama is 56, the wife of Barack Obama. Funny how Obama sounds like Osama bin Laden. Again, that was all a psyop. If you believe that bin Laden trained a couple of cronies to basically bring down the Twin Towers. By the way, the Twin Towers look like an 11, don't they? The master number. If you still believe that, look what happened after that: increased surveillance, again, panic, and it allowed the US to go to war with Afghanistan, and people supported it. And it's just disgraceful how it all works. Keanu Reeves, it was the actor who played Neo in The Matrix. I do believe we live in a matrix, in a simulation, especially the more I learn about numbers and gematria and numerology. However, I do believe over the last couple of centuries that the Jesuit order have this sacred, secret knowledge that they've kept in bloodlines. Think about the royal family. They all marry each other. They have sex with each other. The same with the Rothschild family. They openly came out and said that. And I'm sure these bloodlines, they keep it in the bloodlines. And yeah, Keanu Reeves is 56, played Neo in The Matrix. Tom Hanks and his wife, Rita Wilson, were born in 1956. I think this is a marriage by the numbers, by the way. Tom Hanks, again, if you look into that guy, just a sick, vile human being. If you're at the top of Hollywood, I don't care if you're Tom Hanks, Leonardo DiCaprio, Dwayne Johnson, Brad Pitt, Angelina Jolie, whoever it may be, Adam Sandler, Ben Stiller, sick, vile, disgusting, disgraceful human beings who are all part of the Jesuit order. Will Smith. Look at Will Smith's kids. Willow and Jaden, basically both transgender or confused with the sexuality. Willow, the girl, notice how that sounds like Will. And then Jaden, the boy, sounds like Jada, which is the wife. Again, it's just horrible. See what's going on with Dwayne Wade's kid, who's transgender now. They push it. They use these celebrities to push certain agendas to get us used to it. I know a lot of kids, if you grow up seeing it, when you're a kid, you're so easily to be manipulated. And these sick adults, certain ones know that. So if you have a son and you want to push him to be a girl and be feminine, they can do that. And they can push it and accept it. And that's what they're doing at the moment. And it's really sad, to be honest. So yeah, Hanks, Rita Wilson, born in 56, first celebrities to be diagnosed with coronavirus. Fabricated news reports. So there's so many of them if you see through the numbers. So you've got Gavin Newsom as the governor of California. He made a projection that 56% of California would be infected in 8 weeks without mitigation efforts. If you do the basic math, 8 weeks is 56 days. Because 8 times 7 is 7 days in a week equals 56. So what he's basically saying there, 56% of California would be infected in 56 days without mitigation efforts. And if you type Gavin Newsom into the gematrinator, it equals 56 in reverse full reduction. Can you not see that they're mocking us? I know the majority of people would read that headline and be like, no, 56%, that's higher than 1 in 2. That means there's a good chance it's going to be me. I'm going to stay at home. I'm going to order 56 masks from Amazon. I'm not going to go to work. I'm not going to socialize. I'm going to stay at home. I'll just watch TV. I'm safe there. Stay home, stay safe. Mockery of the highest level. Forbes report. Forbes, owned by the Jesuit order. Forbes, Time magazine, Washington Post, New York Times. They own it all when it comes to the media. So new coronavirus strain is 56% more infectious, scientists estimate. Scientists, what scientists? Who? A lot of the genuine scientists are coming out and questioning coronavirus and they're losing their jobs, as are many doctors coming out and questioning it, the treatments, and the fact that they're saying hospitals are empty, and they're coming out and they're losing their license, they're losing their job for speaking the truth. And if you are one of those people and you are watching this video, I salute you, I praise you, I respect you. If you're one of those who are taking part in this corruption, keeping your head down like nothing's happening, then I detest you. This report was on December the 24th, 2020. That's Anthony Fauci's birthday, the coronavirus advisor. Anthony Fauci equals 56. See what they're doing? 201. I always talk about this number and why it's so important to the Jesuit order. So Pope Clement XIV suppressed the Jesuits worldwide on July the 21st. Notice it was the 21st. If you type in Jesuit, into the gematrinator, jesuit equals 21, 1773. Catherine the Great of Russia saved the Society of Jesus almost single-handedly as she protected the 201 Jesuits she acquired. So cheers for that, Catherine the Great. Great job for saving these 201 Jesuits. Fantastic, thank you. The Jesuit order equals 201. The people who are running the show in reverse ordinal. Ignatius of Loyola, the founder of the Jesuit order, equals 201 in English ordinal. That is not a coincidence. William Henry Gates, the full name of Bill Gates, the guy who's pushing global vaccinations, equals 201. His dad pushed depopulation, by the way. His dad was the lawyer for the Rockefellers, by the way. Philanthropist equals 201 in reverse ordinal. The Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, the philanthropists, the generous people who donate all their money and time to these causes, yet get richer every day. Jorge Mario Bergoglio, the first Jesuit Pope, equals 201. Keep an eye on him. Again, if you are religious, keep an eye on the first Jesuit Pope, because he's flipping the script, guys. George Perry Floyd equals 201. I told you that was a psyop. I told people about this whenever it was 6 months ago. His name's not even real. George Perry Floyd equals 201. Again, that started the whole Black Lives Matter movement. False positives equals 201. Almost everyone I know who's tested positive for COVID had no symptoms. They were symptomatic. No, they just didn't have coronavirus. And then they have to quarantine at home for 14 days. They can't work. They can't socialize. Yeah, many false positives. And they've come out and said, and openly said, there have been false positives. They've come out because they have to reveal the truth. Most people don't pay attention to it, because they do it so subtly. Contact trace equals 201. So if you do get a false positive and they found out that you're leaving your house or you're working and you actually have COVID, contact trace equals 201. I wonder if you've downloaded your contact tracing app, that you've probably been sent a text to do so. Widespread lockdown equals 201. Live TV vaccination equals 201. And 56-year-old Kamala Harris just got a vaccination on live TV yesterday. Notice how 81-year-old William Shakespeare was the first man to get the vaccination. Yes, 81-year-old William Shakespeare. Ritual equals 81. William Shakespeare, the playwright, was born in Coventry. The guy who got the vaccination lived in Coventry. Do you want to keep being mocked? Do you? Because I'm hoping my videos prove that you're being mocked. I was being mocked. I see through the headlines. I see through the fear tactics now. And it's beautiful. I almost laugh when I read these headlines. Natural disasters equals 201. And if you believe that the Society of Jesus can't manipulate the weather, then you're crazy. They've come out and said during the Vietnam War that they manipulated the weather. If you go skiing, they can create snow. They can manipulate the weather. It's funny how Prince performed Purple Rain and it was pouring down with rain. Like, what a magical moment. No, they can manipulate the weather. Look into it, or what happened with Vietnam, where they basically created rain to give them a better chance of winning the war. It's all there if you look at it. If you want to spend time, look at it instead of watching Keeping Up with the Kardashians or watching The Grinch. How's about you do a little bit of research to see what's really going on in the world instead of being distracted? Reduce mankind to 500 million people equals 201 in full reduction. That's incredibly important, and I'll tell you why. Because I think this is one of their end goals, depopulation. If you look at the Georgia Guidestones, it says maintain humanity under 500 million in perpetual balance with nature. That would mean 90% of the world's population would need to die for that to happen. We heard Bill Gates say, if we do a really good job with the vaccines, we can decrease the world's population by 10 to 15%. Wait, mate, do you want people dead? Or do you want to save their lives? I know you're going to say, oh, it's birth control, this, that, and the other. No, you want depopulation, Billy boy, just like your dad did. And openly said that he did. Bill Gates Sr. died at 94. I'll have to decode his death. As far as I'm aware as well, Bill Gates Sr. was the one who bought Starbucks. and then they give somebody, they put somebody else's face as the face of Starbucks. But as far as I'm aware, it was Bill Gates Sr. who bought Starbucks. So be careful of this. This is really important. If this is what they want, if you watch Avengers Endgame, where the whole movie is about depopulation, billions of people dying, it's what they want. They would prefer robots on this planet that they can control more than humans. They see us, guys, as cockroaches. If you've ever killed a cockroach or an ant or an insect or a spider, you probably feel no remorse, no guilt. Kill a fly, a mosquito. This is how they see us, unfortunately. They see us as animals. Think of the term herd immunity. So be very careful of this, because there's people on this planet who are playing the role of God, and they're not. Event 201. If you've not heard about this, it's exactly what's wrong with the world if you've not heard of Event 201. So what was it? The Johns Hopkins Center for Health Security, in partnership with the World Economic Forum and the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, hosted Event 201, a high-level pandemic exercise on October the 18th, 2019 in New York. The exercise illustrated areas where public-private partnerships will be necessary during the response to a severe pandemic in order to diminish large-scale economic and societal consequences. So notice it was in partnership with the World Economic Forum. That's 3 words, okay? So what they do, they abbreviate 3 words. The Jesuits, the Masons who own all these organizations. So you've got the WEF, you've got CNN, you've got ABC, you've got FBI, CIA, WHO, the World Health Organization. You've got the National Institute of Health, NIH. You've got the NHS, the National Health Service. You've got the professional rig sports that they own, NFL, NBA, MLS, NHL. So when you see these 3 words that are getting abbreviated, like World Economic Forum, they run the show. Look, I've told you I did my video on Chris Benoit, WWE 3, WWF, AEW, WCW. You know what I mean? Ring of Honor, ROH. They run all of these, and they've been using them to deceive us or to distract us. I could probably give you 100 more. So anyway, the simulation resulted in 65 million deaths. The word pandemic equals 65. The event took place 65 days after Melinda Gates' birthday. Bill Gates is currently 65 years old and his wife is 56. Are you kidding me? There's no wonder that these are the faces of coronavirus and global vaccinations. And how Bill Gates says he wants to help us. He's going to make billions if everybody got vaccinated. Billions. He's going to make more money from vaccinations than the company that he stole, Microsoft. And if you go on Bill Gates' Instagram, people are destroying him because they're seeing through his agenda. Think about Agenda 21. Okay, look into that, and sustainable energy, where they're telling us that it's our fault that the world's going to end and there's too many people living here. There's not enough food for people, not enough water, panic, chaos. It all started with Al Gore. Again, wins a Nobel Prize. All these Nobel Prize winners are disgusting, vile human beings who are part of the Jesuit order. And I will eventually prove that. So yeah, Bill Gates is 65. His wife's 56. And the event took place 65 days after her birthday. They simulated that there would be 60 million deaths. Pandemic equals 65. All right then. Okay. Event 201, William Henry Gates equals 201. Bill Gates' full name. Okay then. All right. 74, big number in regards to religion. You can't argue these connections. You can't argue them. When you learn how to use the gematrinator, you cannot argue them. And honestly, this makes you question who wrote the Bible. We don't fully know who wrote it, but it makes you question who wrote it. There is a chance, I'm not saying this is factual, there is a chance that the Jesuit order wrote the Bible and the Quran and the Torah and all the holy books? There's a chance. I'm not saying it's happened. So Jesus equals 74 in English ordinal. Jesus Christ equals 74 in reverse full reduction. Messiah, which is another name for Jesus, equals 74 in English ordinal. Lucifer, which is Satan, the devil, equals 74 in English ordinal. Cross, Jesus was hung on a cross. Cross equals 74 in English ordinal. Gospel equals 74 in English ordinal. Parables equals 74 in English ordinal. Psalm equals 74 reverse ordinal. And yesterday I read Psalm 74 in the Bible. I recommend you read it too. It's very interesting. The Virgin Mary equals 74 reverse full reduction. And Gematria, guys, equals 74 in English ordinal. That's not a coincidence. So look at all these terms that are biblical and they come up with the number 74. You think that's coincidental? You really don't believe that numbers and letters have certain values and they play a major role in our life and we're not aware of it? We know numbers are important. We need numbers to tell the time, to count our money. If we wouldn't have modern technology without numbers. Okay, numbers are incredibly important. Words are incredibly important. You know what I mean? The power of a word, how you can say a certain word or a certain expression and it can make somebody sad or make them happy, make them cry or make them smile. There's a lot of power in words and a lot of power in numbers. You connect them. My word. Majestic. This stuff should be taught in schools. I wish I could teach this stuff. And I might set up a mini little school for anybody who's interested. Because this right now it's quite simply magical what I'm doing with the decode. And if it wasn't for 2020 and coronavirus and being forced to be locked inside my own house, that's tyranny, by the way, a healthy person being forced to stay in their own house. I remember when we were told we were allowed to leave the house 30 minutes a day to go for a walk. Am I in prison? Have I committed a crime? I think even prisoners get an hour. Oh, but I'm doing it. Stay home, stay safe. Okay, sure. But get this, so US Independence Day, the Jesuits own the United States. Simple as that. And right now, for whatever reason, they're trying to bring down the United States from within. I think that's because the US is the most powerful country in the world and they want a one world government. And they know by bringing down the US affects a lot of other countries in the West. It'll affect Canada, it'll affect Mexico. So they'll bring it down, and by doing that, they can implement their New World Order. They're calling it the Great Reset. Look into the Great Reset. That's what they're aiming for. It's basically the Great Reset is a New World Order. So it's interesting how the US celebrate their independence on July the 4th, which can be written 7-4 because it's the 7th month, the 4th day of the 7th month. The first US president was George Washington, who was an open 33-degree Freemason. There you go, US. Your first president was a 33rd degree Freemason. George Washington equals 74 in reverse full reduction. And the capital of the United States was named after him. So Washington, he was named after George Washington. Georgetown was named after George Washington. So yeah, when they came up with this concept of president's genius, you're giving all this power to one person over a 4-year period, and we think that that person has the final say. It's the Jesuit order, it's their secret societies that make these decisions, that create laws, that can create a law at any point they want. I was saying to my friend yesterday, we were talking about cars and electric cars and how eventually everybody will have electric cars. They could say today, if you drive a car with gas, we can fine you $5,000. They could do that. They could literally create a law like that. And we play along with their system. And it's time we stop it. If we stop playing along with their system, they're crushed. The rats will go back to the sewer. They're done. They're done for. And I'm going to do all I can to bring down the system. I know I'm only one person, but for every 100 people watching this video, if you share it with 100 people and then they share it with 100 people and they're aware of really what's going on in this matrix, it's going to be a lot more difficult for them to control us. So that's what they're doing. They're controlling us. It's not so much about money anymore. They own the banking systems. They print off this money, this monopoly money. It's not about money now. It's about control and domination and breaking down the human soul. That's what they want, these Luciferians. So let's end it here. Numbers don't lie, but Bill Gates does. Look at the top book. The top book here, this is an actual image. How to Lie with Statistics is the name of the book. Okay? Look at him here with his smug grin. And he's being portrayed as this nice guy. He just lives this comfortable life despite being a billionaire, and he just doesn't care about money. He just wants to donate it and help causes. These people as well with not just Bill Gates, but these philanthropists, like Children in Need and Live Aid, where they're pretending that they care because they'll fly out to Africa, they'll have a photo taken with a couple of African kids, and they'll sing a song to them. Let them know it's Christmas time at all. Like, come on. Justin Timberlake, that people killing, people dying. Jesuit puppet, Justin Timberlake. Okay, you came through the Mickey Mouse Club with Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera, Ryan Gosling. You're a puppet. Your parents sold you off to the entertainment industry. Simple as that. And again, Live Aid, all that money, donate, donate, donate. Do you think that money's going to Africa? No, it's not. You think Children in Need, all the money's going to Africa? No, it's not. It's going to the Jesuit order. They're just disgraceful, disgusting, vile human beings. But look at that. How to Lie with Statistics. It's the book on the top of the pile. Well, there you have it, guys. I really, really hope that after this video, you understand what gematria is, why I'm able to decode what I decode, why I'm trying to share this with the world right now. And hopefully, in the description box, you will click on the link for the gematrinator, and you'll learn how to use it. And if you're not fully sure, you can watch my video again. And this is the type of stuff that we should be learning about. Not just algebra, which most of us don't use when we graduate. We should be learning about the power of letters and the power of numbers. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please share this. More people need to be seeing my work. And that's not me being egotistical. It's just this is really important information that needs to be shared. For the ones who are leaving comments and supporting me, I really appreciate it. Let's bring down the Jesuit order, guys. And I hope you have a wonderful 2021.